Well, hello, dogs and cats and all the ships at sea. It's time for another Trippy Food live stream and another Trippy Food Grab Bag. So, a little of everything from a little of everywhere. Welcome, everybody. Hope you had good weeks. This is Sunday, so typically we think of that as the first day of the week or the last day of the week. I don't know. I just know I don't have to work today. So, welcome, everybody. Glad you can make it. Let's see who we have. I got Miguel so far. Looks like there's two people, so somebody's really quiet in there. And it looks like Uncle Val needs a haircut. All right, we'll work on that. Oh, and Ice Hand is here. Welcome, Ice Hand. Glad you can make it. I'm going to change this from top chat to live chat because I don't want to miss anything here. Hopefully, we will have a visit from Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, here momentarily. I'm just going to take off my shoes and let my toes fly free so I can get a little bit comfortable here because I will be with you for the next 2 hours. As far as we know, barring any unforeseen circumstances. I reset the router. I rebooted my workstation. So, everything should be hunky-dory. Who even uses that anymore, hunky-dory? So how are you guys doing? Miguel, Iceman, how you guys doing? Does anyone even ask you that? See, I'm asking you that. How are you guys doing? I've been thinking lately, and now it says there's 6 people there. Okay, now it says there's 6 people there, but I don't see 6 people chatting yet. So, but you're there, and that's the important thing. The important thing is that you're with us, and we're with you. So, I'm thinking still that I want to change up the live streams. Maybe not, totally change them and not do them this way anymore, but change it up and just do some different stuff there. Hey, Jeff's here. Welcome, Jeff, and just do some different stuff. And change it up a little bit. I thought to myself that we don't really focus on the travel part of it. So, let's go back to the name Trippy Food, right? The name. So Joshua Joseph was instrumental in coming up with the name Trippy Food. So we were talking about trying to come up with, this is back when I was just doing a blog, and we we're trying to come up with a name for it. And I said, it has to have something to do with travel and food. And the more we looked, we just saw so many other things being used for travel and food. And he says, well, how about Trippy Food? That way you got the trip part for the road trip and then the food part for the unusual food. It's Trippy Food, and it's like, it's so double entendre. And I'm like, yeah, I like it. So we decided to go with Trippy Food. So the focus was on travel and food, like unusual travel and unusual food. So that was our focus. And I think we managed to stay true to that over the years. I think we didn't commercialize. We didn't go commercial. We didn't start taking people's money for giving them good reviews, like some people who I will not mention. And so that was our mission, was basically to share with you our unusual adventures and our unusual foods. And I think we still do that to a certain extent. As far as the episodes go, we do road trip episodes all the time, but I just don't think that we cover the travel piece of it so much in the live stream. And I want to try to figure out, this year, as we're trying to change things up a little bit, I want to try to figure out how I can incorporate more about travel into these live streams. It'd be nice if I could do remotes, but those are really difficult to set up because you'd have to set it up ahead of time. The people wherever you're going, you'd have to make sure that they have internet access and constant internet access, and we'd be able to be there for 2 hours and stuff. So that part's a little bit difficult, but we'll work it out. We're working on a bunch of different things. The other thing is that I like doing this format for the live streams. So we're doing an adult beverage, we're doing a soft drink, and we're doing 8 snacks. I figured out that time-wise, that works out well for 2 hours. 8 snacks, adult beverage, and soft drink. I'm just going to call it a soft drink. I don't know if that means soda specifically, but the problem is that, especially when I go through some of the snacks, I don't eat them all. I take a few bites on the channel, and then I could go through the whole bag, but then I'd be like 400 pounds. So I don't, even though it's like one day a week, and I try to eat sensibly the rest of the week, unless I'm filming something, try to eat sensibly the rest of the week. I just feel bad because if I don't eat them, then I'm throwing them away. we used to have, when Mackenzie was living here, I could bring the snacks over there afterwards and they would finish the snacks. But hey, Dad, and my favorite Trippy pals, just popping in for a sec. A sec? You're going to miss me pouring my beer. Grabbing cold meds for Coco, then I'll be on once I get home. All right, well, we'll see you then, Jules. Always welcome. This is your home as well as your home where you have sick kids. And tell Coco I hope she feels better. Talk to Matt, have him get you some magic mushrooms, and you will be taking a journey on camp. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can do that on YouTube. They may have a problem. I think they have a problem with you getting drunk on YouTube. They have a problem with you vomiting on YouTube. They have a problem with violence on YouTube. They have a problem. So they have a problem with a lot of stuff. And a lot of that stuff was, so you had mentioned Matt. And for those who don't know, and everyone should know by now, but for those who don't know, that Matt is Matt Zion of Reckless Eating. It's pretty much his channel now. It's like the show is really Matt and Chris, Matt Zion and Chris Reckless. And then there's a whole cast of characters, right? But over the years, Chris, life has taken, has taken Chris away from the Reckless Eating stuff, and he comes back every once in a while to do some stuff and everything, but his schedule is like crazy where he can't do it as often as possible. So it's kind of left to Matt. Matt has gone on more to do gaming on Twitch than he's not really doing as much on YouTube, and part of the reason is because they had to adhere to all these terms of service or conditions of service. They lost a lot of their audience and everything. So he just kind of does that because he likes doing it. He has fun doing that. We're going to be filming some stuff with him coming up this next week. So we will not be doing a live stream next week only because Saturday and Sunday are going to be busy. I'm going to have a lot of stuff to do, so I'm not going to have time to do a live stream next week. So no live stream next week. I'll try to put up some extra episodes for you to enjoy on Saturday and Sunday, though. So let's see. We got 1:07 p.m. Wait for a few more people to come into the room. Looks like a thin crowd today. We have 6 people. Did anybody else sneak in? I got everybody, right? Jeff, Isan, Miguel. That's the only ones in the chat. I do have this on live chat. Want to make sure I didn't have it on top chat. Enjoying my morning coffee in the afternoon. Nash Hayes is here. Now it's a party. Yep, just enjoying my coffee. I would enjoy it more if I had more of the New England coffee, but you can't have everything. Where would you keep it? That's not bad. All right. Well, we'll give it a few more minutes. Usually we start this about, I would say quarter after we get started. We're just letting people sit down. We're letting the ushers take you to your seat. Do you have a ticket number? Or are you in general admission? So yeah, we're just going to wait for that for a little bit more and let the room fill up a little bit more. It's climbing up there, just slowly. I always point in the wrong direction. It's that way. 7. Speaking of which, let me check here for a second. I'm going to tell you in 1 second that I believe that, don't quote me. Well, it's nothing to quote. I am going to look at here it is, channel dashboard. We are, what is that, 59? 59, that's 50, 50, 59, 49, 49, yeah, 49. We are 49 subscribers away from 6,000. So hopefully we will get there. We'll get there soon. And then it's party time because you get to watch me eat stuff I don't like. And also finish the, what was it? The peanut brutal. The peanut brutal. We're going to finish the peanut brutal. We're just going to take a different tactic and we're not going to swallow it. We're just going to chew it and spit it out. So because we determined that we got a doctored box of it and it's hotter than it's supposed to be. So, but once we get there, we have 49 subscribers away from 6,000, and then it's party time. All right, people still filtering in, getting close to that mark. Drink them if you got them. Yep, Nashi's is ready to party. You can tell. She's going to make a cake for us. Nashi's, if you're going to make a cake for us, what kind of cake would you make? Knowing what we do and how we are. Don't forget the Four Loko in brown bag. I don't know that it has to be in a brown bag, Eli. I think it's just Four Loko. I have to figure out which flavor I hate the most. I've never tried them all because every time I try one, and usually with Matt when I'm trying one, and every time I try one, it's horrible. It's disgusting. So there might be something worse. There might actually be something worse. I mean, Night Train was pretty bad, but you can't even get Night Train anymore. Oreo cake. Now, you would do that on purpose because you know I don't like Oreos, right, Nashi? I know you are not a competitive eater, Val, but what is the most you have ever eaten in one sitting? In one sitting. Yeah, I don't know that I've never really I've like done competitively, competitive eating like that. If I had to think about what the most amount I've eaten in one sitting is, I'd have to say when I was a teenager, my mom had a can of Hormel tamales on the shelf, and I was hungry, and I ate the entire can of Hormel tamales. And while volume-wise, that's not a big deal, digestively, that's a big deal. Eating a whole can of Hormel tamales. So it didn't end well. It was not pleasant. It did not end well. What is Night Train? Night Train is, I want to call it a wine, but that would be too generous to call it a wine. So it is a grape fermented beverage that used to be from Ernest and Julio Gallo, but they wouldn't put their name on it because it was just it's considered a bum wine, street wine. The technical name for it is fortified wine. So these are wines that they up the alcohol content in, and it's basically designed for people to get rip-roaring drunk, right? So it's really popular with the winos. It's cheap and it's high levels of alcohol. So that would include Night Train. Well, again, they don't make Night Train anymore, but the ones that they still make: Thunderbird, Mad Dog 50/50, Richard's Wild Irish Rose, Cisco, and those. Now, for a good example, if you want a good example of what Night Train is, even though they don't make it anymore, that genre, we have. Let me find this for you. I'm going to find this for you. Here we go. All right, this is for you. Here's the link. I'm going to put that in the clipboard. And that is our Fortified Wines episode. So with Toby Funk, we did a Fortified Wines episode, and we did 4 of the 5 bottom of the barrel wines. And the reason we didn't do 5 is because we couldn't find Night Train because they don't make it anymore. We got the idea to do this from a website called bumwines.com. And on bumwines.com, they review the 5 bottom wines, and those are the ones that we did, excepting Night Train. And if you have a chance to go out to that website, go and check it out. It's hilarious. Bumwines.com. The reviews on bumwines.com are hilarious. But we did those wines, and Night Train is one of those wines. So there we go. So it's like my kind of party. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, like Mad Dog 2020. Exactly, Eli. The MD, I believe, is Mogan David, if I'm not mistaken. But, it's called MD 2020, and everyone just calls it Mad Dog because that's what you turn into after you drink it. Sugar-free gummy bear territory. Yeah. So Nashi's, I think it was on Reckless Eating, they made a 1 pound sugar-free gummy bear. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Blum Gum. Blum Gum ate that, and he ate all but a foot. He couldn't eat the whole thing. He ate everything but a foot. And from what he told us is he had to stop several times on the way home and run into the woods. And so for those who don't know, I'm trying to remember what the it's not sucralose, but there's whatever the artificial sugar is, that artificial sweetener they use for those sugarless gummy bears are that get you off and running. So yeah, that's what happened with the sugar-free gummy bear. So that'll do it. It's the sugar alcohols. Yep. Yes, sirree. All right. So we are at 1:15. I don't know where Janice is today. That's unusual. I mean, even if she's like, hey, Val, I'm at a funeral right now, but I just want to let you know I'll be watching on my phone. But Janice has been participating in the live streams since we started doing the live streams, and she hasn't missed a single one. Not a single one. But she's going to be calling me from a hospital bed. So one time, hey, I'm in the hospital. I'm on IV and stuff, but I wanted to let you know that I'm here watching the show. Imagine a Reaper sugar-free gummy bear. Oh my God. That is, talk about pain. Wow. Yeah, that would be bad. All right, let's get started. And hopefully Janice will join us soon. So we are going to, as we usually do, start with our adult beverage, which is right here. Now, this is from Rogue Ales. And the thing I like about Rogue Ales is I haven't had anything from Rogue Ales since I left Oregon, because they're big up in Oregon. And it's funny because I went to as a matter of fact, with Toby Funk, I went to the Rogue, I don't think they call it Rogue Farms or something like that. By the way, as far as Rogue goes, it's not like they're Rogue, loose cannon kind of things. It's named after the Rogue River, which runs through Oregon, and so that's why they call it Rogue Ales, because it's on the Rogue River. And they have a farm out there where they grow the hops. And we went out there to do an episode, but it turns out that we couldn't film there. So we took some pictures, we walked around, we took the tour, got to eat some roasted hops. If you ever have an opportunity to do that, don't do it. Take my word for it. Do not eat roasted hops. Do not eat hops in any form whatsoever. Just like enjoy them in your adult beverage. Do not eat them at all. The reason I say this is it's not like they're toxic or anything, but if you've ever eaten a persimmon that's not ripe, it's the same effect. It instantly dries out your mouth, and it feels like your tongue is like compressing in your head, and there's this bitter taste that you cannot get out of your mouth for like 3 days after you eat one of these. I mean, the thing was they were roasted, they were there on the ground. And the tour guide, I asked the tour guide, I says, could you eat those? And she says, yeah, they're roasted. There's nothing wrong with them. You could eat them. As a matter of fact, you want to try one, go ahead. So I picked one up, a whole hop, popped it in my mouth, started chewing on it, and instantly regretted it. And again, regretted it for the next 3 days. Like alum, exactly, Nashies. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to try hops like that, don't. So anyways, we went to the Rogue, where they grow the hops. We took the tour, and we've had some Rogue beers. They're a little bit iffy. Like sometimes they're really good and sometimes they're not so good. They used to do, I don't think they do anymore, but they used to do every year a Voodoo Donut beer. And we did one, I think we actually done two. We did one that was like a limited time beer, and I think it was the Grape Gorilla or something, Gorilla Grape, or I think it was, and it was horrible. It was absolutely disgusting. One time when I went to Salvador Molly's, we brought in a bottle of the maple bacon Voodoo Donut beer from Rogue, and it was really, really good. So my friend Michelle Grant had a bottle that she had. It was about 6 years old, and I asked her, I said, what are you gonna do with that? And she says, I don't know. I said, can I have it? She says, you want a 6-year-old beer? And I said, yeah, I absolutely want a 6-year-old beer. And so we actually did an episode where we filmed an episode where I drank that 6-year-old beer. Now, here's the thing about beer. As long as it's kept in a cool place and it's kept away from the sun. Now, this is in a pink opaque bottle, right? So the sunlight can't get in. So it's in a pink opaque bottle, and it was stored in a garage, so it was in a cool place. And when we drank it, it tasted fine. It was 6 years old beer, but it tasted just fine. So generally, Rogue I've had some that are good, some that are bad, and everything. So we're going to do a Rogue beer today. So this is Rogue Hazelnut Brown Nectar. It's 5.6 ABV, which is about standard. It's maybe a little bit on the high side from the average, which is about 5. Rogue Ales was founded in 1988 by Jack Joyce, Rob Strasser, and Bob Woodell in Ashland, Oregon. Ashland, Oregon is at the bottom of Oregon. So if you're going up I-5 from or the 5, as they like to say in California, you're going up I-5 in California, and you first go into Oregon. The first city you're going to come to in Oregon is Ashland. So Ashland is just a little, pretty little valley town there, right as you enter Oregon, and they are famous. They are famous for an annual event that takes place in Ashland, Oregon. So today's question is, or one of today's questions is, for what annual event is Ashland, Oregon famous for? What annual event is Ashland, Oregon famous for? Just checking over here. Did I miss anybody? Did anybody else sneak in the room while I was talking? Oh, that's my brother. He was a plant engineer at a light bulb factory. He always had to tell visitors he was giving a tour to, don't touch a light bulb on the line, even though it looks cool. Yeah, you wouldn't think you'd have to, but there we go. Jared Tierno has just entered the room. Welcome, Jared. It will give you 4th degree burns. I can imagine, because some of the, especially the high wattage ones, the incandescent ones. I'm listening while I drive, so don't talk smack. I will not. All right, so let's get going on this. Rogue Hazelnut Brown Nectar. Now, the interesting thing about Rogue and this being a hazelnut brown nectar is that Oregon grows about, I'm going to say about 95% of the hazelnuts that are grown in the United States. Maybe more wide, I'm not sure, but I know in the United States that Oregon is where they grow 95% of the hazelnuts. So every year when they harvest them, every place in Oregon has some sort of hazelnut thing, like Burgerville. Burgerville always has a hazelnut shake around that time of year. So around harvest time and everything, everybody's doing stuff with hazelnut in Oregon, and this is Rogue's hazelnut, also known as filbert. I don't know if you've ever heard that, anyone say that. So let's go ahead and try this. And again, I think for the most part, Rogue does some pretty good beers. It's not my favorite Oregon brewery. My favorite Oregon brewery, I think, is probably going to be, I'm not going to say brewery. I'm going to say my favorite Oregon beer is the Deschutes Black Butte Porter. That's my favorite Oregon beer. You can't find it too much down here. Dare, risk, dream. So Julie's listening and she's not watching, so she can't rate my pour. That's a nice color, a nice kind of chestnut brown color, hazelnut brown color. Has a very light smell. Well, it has a really unusual flavor. It has it has a little bit of bitterness to it, but it's almost like a sourness to it. And I'm sure that's the hops. But they're almost like, it's almost fruity. It's almost like an IP, like that kind of citrus fruitiness that you get from an IPA. It's almost like that, which is really weird. This is a brown nectar. It doesn't really say like what type of beer it is other than hazelnut nectar. And there's no ingredients, so I can't tell, how it was brewed. I wish I could say it has a nutty flavor, but it doesn't. It has kind of a fruity flavor. It has that kind of citrus. And again, probably from the hops. That's a nice beer. Even though, based on the color, I would think it would be more like a darker beer, like a sweet, darker beer. But it's really not. I would say I think I would pair this with like poultry. I don't think I would go with fish. It's not light enough to go with fish, but I think it would go really well with poultry. I think so. And I just don't think it's like sturdy enough for like a red meat or something like that. And I think like if you were a vegetarian or something, you know, this is not a good beer for vegetarian food. Unless, I suppose if you're doing like a moussaka or something, you're doing a moussaka or something, it might go good with the moussaka. Certainly. But that's actually pretty good beer. Where is my thumb? Who took my thumb? Oh, here it is. You can't do a show without a thumb. There we go. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. It's a really interesting, really different taste. Really, I mean, like not what I had in my mind when I opened it, but I thought it was going to be really different, and I like it. I like it a lot. That's going to get a thumbs up. Let's go back to our trivia question. Our question was, for what annual event is Ashland, Oregon famous? Let's see. It looks like Nashies is the only one that answered that, and she said the Shakespeare Festival. Well, I'm sorry. It is the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. So, no, you're correct. It is the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, founded in 1935 by Angus Baumer. And if you're ever in Ashland, Oregon, around the time of the Shakespeare Festival, expect to see like William Shakespeare and a bunch of other people like walking around the town and everything in that kind of dress and stuff. So there we go. All right. Our adult beverages out of the way. It is time to get into our snacks. So I have them kind of lined up in our grab bag. Today, our grab bag is sponsored by, and I say sponsored by, nobody gave us any money. Our grab bag is sponsored by Tamula's Market Basket, where you get more for your dollar. All right. So we're going to start with this guy. Yeah. Can you see that? Can you see that? Is that too far away? Can you guys see that okay? I might be able to move a little closer. There. How's that? That better? All right, so this is from Droste, Holland, and bear with me a second, gotta do some housekeeping here. This is from Droste, Holland. It is a product of the Netherlands, and this is Droste Milk Orange Crisp. Now, here's the odd thing. It says Milk Orange Crisp. Now, I'm guessing what they mean by milk is milk chocolate. I'm seeing chocolate, right? But it doesn't say anything about chocolate. It just says milk orange crisp. So Droste has been around for a long time. Droste Holland was originally founded in 1863 by Gerardus Johannes Droste in Haarlem, Netherlands. The Netherlands, or what is the Netherlands? There's like three names for the Netherlands. Holland, some people call it Holland. I don't think they do, but it's the Netherlands, it's Holland, and there's I think there's a third name for it. But he started the chocolate company in Holland, in Haarlem, Netherlands, back in 1863. So it's milk orange crisp. Let's see, does it give us any description? The most delicious chocolate. All right, we got that. Product of the Netherlands, we know that. Okay, here's the ingredients: sugar, cocoa, whole milk, powder, chocolate liqueur, processed with alkali, orange crisp, whatever orange crisp is a thing, so apparently. Milk fat, soy lecithin, orange flavor, vanilla flavor. Sounds good. May contain traces of hazelnuts, so it must have been near this beer. That's the only thing I can think of. All right, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, the question. All right, because Droste Holland was founded in Haarlem, Netherlands, we're going to ask a Haarlem question, not a New York City Haarlem question, a Haarlem, Netherlands question. And the question is, what did the fictional hero of Haarlem do to earn that title? Again, what did the fictional hero of Haarlem do to earn that title? Okay, package inside a package. And that's okay. That reminds me of the terrific day when Benjamin Franklin followed me all the way home. Oh, yes, I remember you were telling me about that. The only thing worse than being followed by Benjamin Franklin is being followed by Aaron Burr. Aren't they cute? About the size of a quarter. They did the Harlem Shuffle or the Harlem Shake. Okay. There's crunchy stuff in there. And I guess that's the orange crisp. Other than that, you know, it's mega chocolate. I can't get that to focus. Now I'm out of focus. Now I'm in focus. Focus, by the way, a band from the Netherlands. Focus. Does anyone remember the band Focus from the Netherlands? Anybody? Their keyboard player and flautist was Thies van Leer. Their guitarist was Jan Akkerman. And then they had different bass players and drummers. Pierre van der Linden, I think was Bert Reeder was the bass player, and Pierre van der Linden was the drummer, I believe. Wasn't it Hocus Pocus? No, the song was Hocus Pocus. The song they were famous. The band was called Focus. The song, their most popular song was Hocus Pocus. And some of you don't remember or might not remember the song Hocus Pocus or the band Focus, but you would remember it if you heard it, because it is the only song that I'm aware of that made the top 40 with yodeling in it. And the yodeling was the solo. So it's like they would go to it was mostly instrumental, and then it would go to like the I guess chorus, for lack of a better term, and the chorus was mostly yodeling. It's like, does anyone remember that, or do I just sound like an idiot, or both, both could be. This is really nice. I like the chocolate. It is a milk chocolate, and I'm always comparing milk chocolate to that pukey Hershey's chocolate. This is not at all taste like the Hershey's chocolate. The orange flavor is subtle. The crispness is there, but there's not a lot of it. So the orange flavor is subtle in there, but it's a nice chocolate, and so that's okay. I just kind of wish it had more orange flavor. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up, trending downward slightly, only because like amp up the orange flavor, and I think that would be like really, really nice. But I like that little crispness in there, and that hint of orange flavor, but just would like a little bit more kick and a little bit more orange flavor. It's not like Droste is listening and going, okay, Val, we'll get right on that. Hold the line down there, retool the presses. You know, they're not going to do that. All right, so it has Popeye in it. Yeah, exactly, Jules. It does have Popeye in it. Well, of course I remember. Icehan remembers. You know, a lot of people don't. I mean, the song came out, I want to say 1973. Might be 73. Somebody want to look that up for me. Or I could look it up. I would not ask you to do anything I'm not willing to do myself. It was called Hocus Pocus, and it was by the band Focus. And it came out in 19 what? Come on, give me a date, guys. It came out it was released in 1971 in the Netherlands, but it was released in the United States in 1973. I got it right? You know me, I got that right? Oh, well. Focus, the band. Actually, really, really good band. A progressive rock band. And if you listen to their albums, their songs are kind of eclectic. They don't have any vocals. They're a totally instrumental band, but really, really good band. All right. The question was, what did the fictional hero of Harlem do to earn that title? Let's see. Oh, that's why Adam said they did the Harlem Shake. That's good. That's a good answer. I like that answer. And Nashi says, stuck his finger in the dike to stop the flood. The comment looks so wrong. It does. It does. But that's because words change. But you're exactly right, Nashis. A lot of times, I don't know if any of you, like going to school, remember the story of Hans Brinker and the silver skates. And a lot of people attribute Hans Brinker as the kid who stuck his finger in the dike to keep the dike is basically a dam, right? So Holland is very, very flat. And to keep the ocean from coming in and swamping the whole country, they have these things called dikes, which are like dams. And one of them sprung a leak. And in this story, the hero of Harlem, this kid stayed overnight, and he saw this hole in the dike where the water was coming through, and he stuck his finger in there. I think like if it's just a finger's width where the water could come through, probably not a big deal. But apparently, as the story goes, he stuck his finger in there, prevented the dike from leaking. They found him in the morning, still there with his finger in the dike, and then they fixed the dike, and he was considered the hero of Harlem. But it was not Hans Brinker. Hans Brinker was the story of the Silver Skates. That was Hans Brinker, and for some reason, they get confused. So there we go. They spelled it differently. Oh, okay. Yes, that is correct. It still sounds the same when you say it, Nashies, though. It sounds the same. Official hello to Natchies. Jared, okay. Julie's just giving her greetings. So yes, Natchies, you are correct. It was the fictional hero of Harlem prevented a flood by plugging a leak in the dike with his finger. All right, there we go. Rightio. All right, let's move on to our next snack and go back into our Demula's Market Basket Grab Bag. Will you get more for your dollar? And let's see what's next here. Oh, that sounds interesting. I'm kind of excited about this, actually. Sit. Good boy. Okay. This is from Magi Planet. Could be Magi Planet, like magic. I'm going to say Magi Planet. Maybe that it's Magi Planet. They don't give you a pronunciation guide on the package. Magi Planet corn soup popcorn. Now, it seems to me that's not difficult to do. It's corn soup popcorn. It's popcorn, so you're starting with corn. You know, it doesn't sound like it's that difficult to do. So this is a product of Taiwan, and Magi Planet Popcorn Studio was founded in 2010 by Lee Chia-yu, or Ben Lee, I guess his pseudonym is Ben Lee, in Taiwan. And it's corn soup popcorn. So I think by corn soup, they mean corn chowder. I'm trying to see what would be in the ingredient. Oh, corn soup seasoning powder. So that's what would make it taste like corn soup. And then there's all the standard stuff that's in there, and a lot of chemicals and stuff that I can't pronounce. It's so funny because there's a lot of like little warnings in there. So it's like best before as shown on the package. Storage: keep the product at room temperature and avoid direct sunlight. Keep sealed after opening. You know, okay, sure. This product produced in a facility that handles milk, egg, fish, shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, soybeans, and sesame. Choking hazard. Children and the elderly should be always supervised while eating. I need supervision. Contains desiccant. Please do not eat. All right, here we go. 80 calories for this whole bag, which I assume is one serving. I'm gonna do from the bottom. I think I am going to. Where's my scissors? Who took my scissors? Maybe it's with my thumb. I'm gonna do this only because I don't want to rip the bag apart. Trying to get it open. We tried the new barbecue joint in Methuen called the Smoke Shop, which I thought was just another cannabis place. Yeah, well, we had smoke shops when I was a teenager. They sold pipes, but they didn't sell the weed because it was not legal back then. They were great by New England standards. We'll try it when you come up, Dad. We will do that. Maybe we'll even film there if they let us. Dave Aiken has entered the room. Welcome, Dave. Glad you could make it. We get a small crew here today. We got 9 people, but that's okay. I would do this if there was 1 or 2, because A, I like doing it, and B, I like doing it with you. So there we go. Oh, okay. It looks like popcorn. Let's give this guy a try. Okay. Oh, ooh. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. What's a little bit off on this is there's sugar in here. So that sweetness is a little bit off because when I'm eating corn chowder, it's not typically sweet like that. I'm definitely getting that corn chowder vibe from this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sweetness is the only thing that throws it off a little bit. But other than that, that's pretty damn good. So I'm going to say, I didn't give you a trivia question, did I? Let me throw this out there right now then. Where was the earliest recipe for corn chowder published? Where was the earliest recipe? Am I back? Can you guys hear and see me now? Yes, no? Here. It says I'm live there. I'm going to close this. All right, I'm going to move this down. God, that's aggravating. Well, here's what I did. So I went back into there and I selected restart and restarted it in another window. And who knows, maybe the other one is still going. I don't know. And maybe this one's starting a new one, or maybe this one's continuing the other one. I have no idea. I have no earthly idea. We see you in here. All right, let's keep our fingers crossed, right? All right, so the question was, what was the earliest recipe for corn chowder published? I didn't see anybody answer it, so I will say that a corn chowder recipe was first published in the Boston Cookbook in 1884. 1884, the Boston Cookbook. That was the first published recipe for corn chowder. Huh! I said New Hampshire or Maine. Well, you were wrong. All right, let's do another. These scare me. These frighten me. We're gonna go vegan here, and these frighten the hell out of me. And you will soon see why. It's not really a good place to lean at. I got the Tasting History Cookbook. Oh, really? They have a cookbook? Well, that's cool. I think it was a lighthouse keeper recipe. Could be. Corn chowder is something, if you're going to work in a lighthouse, especially in the winter when it's cold and everything, corn chowder is like awesome. And, it keeps corn keeps a long time, dry corn anyways. So maybe that's what they use, the dry corn. This scares me. So this is, I have to hold it up because I can't get it to stand. First of all, I'm looking at the container, right? And it looks like camo, right? It looks like it's in camo. I'm like, why is it in camo? And then there's that kind of backwoodsy kind of lettering right there. See that? You see that lettering right there? It's just kind of like it was carved out of wood, like a little piece of wood, or maybe just like someone took a brush and just kind of like wrote the letters. I'm surprised it's spelled right. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But, there it is. Yeah, yeehaw. So, it is in camo. So, like, if you're eating this out in the woods, you're not going to have, like, no wolf come up to you and try to steal this out of your hands or anything. You're not going to be able to see it because it's camo. So, this is Go Slim with Soy Steak 2.0 strips. Upgraded with minimally processed, originally whole non-GMO soybeans, a complete protein, a wellness alternative to meat. One serving helps you feel full longer. Just one serving before a meal prevents overeating. Whole beans, 100% plant, all natural and non-GMO. And look at all those happy faces. Why soy steak? Because the people who watch my show like to see me eat unusual stuff. Oh, no. Made from whole soybeans without highly processed protein. Retaining the isoflavones. Isoflavone, he's that guy with the big clock on him. All right. This package contains the checked flavor, peppered with black pepper. Revolutionary, ready to enjoy. Okay, well, I have to get ready to enjoy this. Oh, question. In what year was, and this is a good question, guess question because it's a year. You can just guess whatever you want. In what year was soy protein first used in foods? In what year was soy protein first used in foods? It's a weird smell. It's a weird look. It looks like licorice. What is that? Could you imagine somebody expecting to eat meat, even jerky, and seeing this and thinking, oh yeah, that's a suitable substitute? Let's find out. Here we go. I see the texture they were going for. They didn't get there. It's like old cheese. Like, do you ever have like a brick of cheese and it gets old? And then like the outside of it kind of dries out. If you've ever like eaten that dried out part of the cheese, that's this texture. Hey, Tom. Tom is here. Tom, Old Glen, Colorado. Give him a warm and trippy, happy, say hi. If you like beef jerky, or let's say just jerky in general, you're not going to like this. There is like an anise yeast in there. What is that? If it tastes like any meat at all, it tastes like liver. I don't mean that in a good way. All right. Oh, there's anise in here. That's what I'm tasting. You're going to put anise and licorice in something that looks like this. It's not jerky. It's not a soy steak. It's licorice. Oh my God. Let's see. Ingredients: soybean curd, spices and herbs, marinade, anise, licorice, cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, senna, peanuts, clove star, anise, clove, cumin, pepper, naturally brewed black soybean sauce, glycerin, light brown cane sugar. This is licorice. Not soy steak. This is licorice. They made licorice is what they did, or they made licorice and they put soy in licorice. That's what it is, and not. I mean, it has a little bit of licorice in it, but it has more anise in it, so it's like fake licorice at that. I am, you know what? I'm going to be generous and give this a basic thumbs down. I would give it a hearty thumbs down, but it's weird enough to at least not be like horrible. It's bizarre. It's like steak. Why do they use the word steak? There's nothing steak-like about this. It's like licorice with soy in it. That's the thumbs down. That is definitely a thumbs down. If you get a chance to get out and get this, walk in the other direction. All right. So our question was, I hope we asked a question. Yes, we did. And what year was soy protein first used in foods? Let's see. Miguel Rangel said 1970s. Julie said 1986. Eli said 19 quaddy. Taking over for Tom there, I guess. In the Chinese year of the soybean, year of the bean, the year of the bean. No, that was not the year of the bean. It was the year of the cat. It was in fact 1959. It was a lot earlier than all of those. It was 1959. Thou versus vegan part 2. No, well, Eli, I'm going to be honest with you. So, like, I have had vegan stuff that has been really good, and I have had vegan stuff that has been really bad. I'm going to put this in the second category. Here's the thing, right? If you want to market this as something completely different, it's probably good, right? If you're going to call this a soy stick, just call it a soy stick, right? Don't call it a soy steak. Call it a soy stick, because if you have any desire for this to satisfy a craving for meat, it's not going to, not even close. It's going to satisfy a craving for candy or some sort of confection or something like that. But meat, not even close, right? So if you're going to do that, that's fine. If they were going to package it like that, but to package it as a substitute for meat, it is not a substitute for meat. It is not even close to a substitute for meat. It fails miserably at being a substitute for meat. But it's interesting enough. It's weird. It's interesting enough that I'm just not going to give it I'm going to go flush this down the toilet. It looks like part of a fan belt. It sure does, Dave. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Chloe wants to know if that welcome sign is grandma's. That welcome, yes. It's over here. Here. Yes, that is grandma. So for those of you who have not noticed that, apparently Chloe has noticed that. So this was hanging on the front door of my mom's apartment forever. I mean, she always had this hanging on the front door of her apartment. And when we were with her the night that she died, and she had that hanging on the wall in the place where she was staying. And it's those things where you always kind of the families always kind of argue. I want this. It's like I saw that just reminds me every time I went to see her, that was hanging on the door and everything. And I'm like, that's all I want. I just want that. I want that. So that's what I took, and that's going to hang like in every place that I live from now on, because that was my mom's. And so, and for those who don't know, then she died last year in July, and so that's when I got that. So yes, you're absolutely right. Freak Guru is in the room. OG is a connoisseur of soy jerky. Tom, did you do like a soy jerky episode or something that went south? I can see that happening very easy. I'm a bit under the weather, so I won't be commenting much. You have that finger disease. Okay. Tom and I did some more recording last night we did some more Georgian Pudgy, which for those who don't know, Tom has another channel called the Old Guy Radio Players. And there is a regular program that we've been doing called the Georgian Pudgy Show, which is kind of like think of a radio version of the Honeymooners. It's one of those kind of things. It's comedy and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do, but he's branching out now. And he's in the process of doing a detective series and a Western. So he's in the process of doing those. And we filmed the first episode of the detective series last night, and we filmed another Georgian Pudgy episode last night. So that's always a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, Tom, throw up the link for that for the Old Guy Radio Players channel, so people can go and listen to that, because there's some stuff out there right now. I think there's some Georgian Pudgy episodes. I think that's all we have up there right now, right? Tom, is Georgian Pudgy, if I'm not mistaken. I play Pudgy, obviously. Vegans trying to gaslight us, trying to tell us crushed cashews taste like steak. If there were cashews in here, that might be an improvement. There's no it's soybeans. It's all soybeans. Again, let me get back to the fact that I have had vegan products that were really good, that I really enjoyed. That juicy marbles, that meat substitute that I had, it was really good, texture-wise and taste-wise. It was really, really good. The Morning Star and Field Roast hot dogs, those are really, really good. But then there's other stuff that's just like, it's just bad. It's just bad. It's like, here's my thing to vegan, right? Don't try to appease meat eaters, right? Basically what you're doing is you're just trying to satisfy somebody's craving for something they used to enjoy but now feel guilty about even trying anymore. Like, don't even bother. Just give them something else. Give them something that tastes good, and don't worry about the fact that it looks like a vegetable or something. I mean, a grilled cauliflower, like grilled cauliflower, they call it steak, but it's like if you cut the cauliflower like in kind of lengthwise, and you grill that, it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. But you don't call it something else. You don't have to pretend it's meat. It's just good on its own. So there you go. Nashies. Okay. Well, cool. Nashies. Let Tom know what you think on the radio shows and stuff like that. So, Chloe has a ton of other froggy friends that she's been keeping very well. Yeah, because so my mom collected frogs. She didn't really collect frogs, as to the people gave her frogs, because she had this one frog when we were kids. She would go past this, I don't know what you call it, just it's sort of like a furniture store. And there was this big ceramic frog about that big in the window. And every time she went by, she goes, I would really like to have that frog. And she used to go by and she used to give the guy in the store like $1 every week until she had enough to buy it. And she took it home, and she just loved this thing because it was the first thing that she could buy that she really could say was hers. And she had this frog. So we all just assumed that she loved frogs, and then every year when people would give her gifts, they would give her frog stuff. And so she had a house full of frog stuff. And then it was just until recently, like last year, when we were talking to her and just saying talking about her love for frogs, and she goes, "Well, it's not that I really love frogs. It's just that I just had that one that I really liked, and you guys just gave me frogs." So she had a bunch of frogs, and Chloe took them and is taking care of them. So the frogs that my mom had collected, Chloe now is the owner of. Thanks, Tom. So Tom put up the link for the Georgia, the Old Guy Radio Players, which features the Georgia Pudgy Show. Morningstar spicy black bean burgers are fine. Yeah, they are. Like I said, there's some vegan food out there that's really, really good. Like I like a good garden burger every once in a while because it's not pretending to be something else. Like if you compare Impossible, like the Impossible Burger, with the Beyond Burger, I prefer the Beyond Burger. And the reason I prefer the Beyond Burger is it doesn't taste like meat. It's more, you can tell that it's plant-based. It tastes more plant-based. I like the flavor of it a lot more than I like the flavor of the Impossible Burger, which is pretending to be meat. So that's just me. I'm not saying the Impossible Burger tastes bad because it doesn't, right? But there we go. So anybody out there vegans? Any vegans watch this show? I mean, I know it's probably difficult for you because we're non-vegan here, but we do vegan stuff. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do a vegan live stream. One of our live streams will just do all vegan stuff. We'll just do that. I had this great vegetarian sandwich with avocado, lettuce, tomato, red pesto, and dirty sauce. Mix of garlic, aioli, and butter. I guess they brown the butter. Maybe is why they call it dirty sauce. On a Dutch crutch bread. It does sound really, really good. The only thing I would do really nice on that is like a red onion, slice of red onion on that too. It does sound really good. Alrighty, soy protein, first used in food, 1959. All right, there we go. Oh, and by the way, this is iGreen Plus Soy Green Steak Strips 2.0, and it's from Best in Products, and Best in Products was founded by Vic Lynn in Rosemead, California. Don't know what year. Probably not important. All right, let's go back and see how we're doing on time. We're an hour in. We are how many snacks in? 1, 2, 2 snacks in? 3 snacks in. All right, we're doing okay. All right, what's next here? Oh, these. Okay. How did I get turned around on this? See, here's the thing I was talking about at the top of the show. Now, again, we only had like a couple people in the room, so the rest of you don't remember. But at the top of the show, I was saying how I want to change up the live streams. I want to make them a little bit different. And I don't mean like everyone the same, but different. I mean just change it up and do different things at different times and everything. My one regret is that I will eat all these snacks, these 10 snacks on the channel, on the live stream. I will try these snacks, and then afterwards, I'll end up throwing them away if I can't find anybody who wants the snacks, wants to eat the snacks. And I'll throw them away because otherwise, it's bad for me to eat all these snacks. And with my appetite, I would end up eating them all the time. So I just want to figure out some way to change that up a little bit. All right, this is from Snack Factory. These are golden mustard barbecue Pop Ums, and I think they have something to do with pretzels, but I'm not sure what. But they are golden mustard barbecue Pop Ums. We will soon see what those exactly are. Snack Factory was founded in 2004 by Saren and Warren Wilson in Princeton, New Jersey. The brand was acquired by Snyder's Lance in 2012. Now, if that sounds familiar, Snyder's Lance, the Snyder's part of it is Snyder's pretzels. You guys have all had Snyder's pretzels. And the Lance part of it, you guys remember those little cheese crackers? So it was in a package like that. And I think you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like six of the crackers in there. So they get these orange-colored crackers, and they either had cheese in them or peanut butter in them. Some had cheese, some peanut butter. A little package, little plastic package, about that big. And sometimes they stick them in your lunch and stuff like that. Well, that is Lance. Lance is the one that makes those. So acquired by Snyder's Lance in 2012, but it was a separate company called Snack Factory. Until 2012, it was founded in 2004. So as long as we're on the subject of pretzels, what is the best-selling pretzel brand in the United States? Again, what is the best-selling pretzel brand in the United States. Now let's go ahead and give these a try. It's golden mustard barbecue flavor, and I'm not sure what they are. I guess it's saying pretzels. Like at Snack Factory, we reimagined pretzels in a new and unexpectedly delicious way. So I guess they're using pretzel dough, if that's what you call that, dough. Snack Factory Pop Ums bring together the crispy crunch of pretzels with the munchability of popcorn for a snack that is unlike any other. Well, that's our story. We like to do things that are unlike any other. Golden mustard barbecue Pop Ums are distinctively tangy, smoky, and a bit peppery, just like the Carolina barbecue sauce that inspired them. Okay, so they are kind of calling them pretzels, although I'm sure it's going to be nothing like what we think as pretzels. Baked, not fried, color sourced from plants, no high fructose. Let me try that in English. No high fructose corn syrup. Yes, the little red spreader. That's like that's the one with you have the little block of cheese, and then you had the crackers that were just like regular saltine crackers. So you had the crackers, and then you had that little tub of cheese, and then that little red spreader that you could spread the cheese on the crackers with. I don't know if those were from Lance or not. I remember those, but I don't remember if those were from Lance or not. I am a pastivore. Gotta have my daily pasta, or I am cranky. Yeah, I eat pasta sparingly. I mean, for Italian, that's rough, but because I'm half Italian. But I try to eat pasta sparingly because I'd be a lot heavier otherwise. Usually, like my go-to, like I love noodles. So different kinds of noodles. So every once in a while, that'll be like a spaghetti or a linguine or something like that. But I also like the what is that Thai dish? A really popular Thai dish, the noodle dish, pad Thai. So I like pad Thai noodles, and my favorite are the Korean glass noodles. The glass noodles they're either made from bean or they're made from sweet pea. So I mean sweet potato. So I get the sweet potato ones, and I really, really like those. So like if you ever go to a Korean restaurant and you get japchae or bibimbap, they're going to be using glass noodles for that. And there's some Thai recipes that also have glass noodles in them. Usually they're stir fried. I don't usually stir fry mine. Okay, they look like pretzels. But they say they're popped. I don't know how they get them to pop, but they actually look like pretzels. I mean, you see there. Let's see if we can do this. Get my stupid head out of the way. So they do kind of look like pretzel chunks. Oh, I like that smoke flavor. That was really nice. I can see why, like, if there's a chip, it's supposed to be like a barbecued pork. They add that smoke flavor to it because it kind of brings up that like kind of bacon flavor, even if the bacon flavor is not really there. Kind of tricks your mind into thinking it is. I don't think there's any meat in here. There's not. The mustard's kind of light. It definitely tastes like barbecue, but it's like a light barbecue sauce. Not like a James River or anything like that. Not like a big thick sweet sauce. Like a thin barbecue sauce. You get that mustard eventually. That's the thing about these things is sometimes you have to eat more than one. Now, I did not open this from the bottom, obviously, because, so I'm not getting all that coating, which is probably at the bottom. I could shake this bag, probably not going to break those. I could do that, but I'm getting enough of the flavor of these, I think. By the way, you've noticed we put out a lot of episodes out lately. A lot of those have been already recorded. I've just recently had time to start editing those. So you start to see a lot of those. Nashi's commented on one of them. And I didn't see anybody else catch me on this. It was one we did two chips, two different kinds of chips. And in both cases, I opened the bag from the top and nobody noticed. Nashi's noticed, but nobody else noticed that I opened the bags from the top. And people were like, What's up with that? Why open the bag from top? Always in a hurry. Janice Yamanaka. She's at Universal Studios, but mostly listening. All right, but we know you're there, Janice, and you have not broken your streak. So have fun. Be careful on the rides. Don't eat and then go on the rides, or at least give yourself some time in between. Enjoy the Yoshi ride. They have a Yoshi ride? Those are really good. They don't really taste like pretzels. I mean, you kind of get that pretzel flavor, that pretzel experience from it, but then kind of not. You know, it's kind of a departure from pretzels. Really nice smoky flavor, just the right touch of saltiness. You do get that barbecue essence and everything. There's nothing wrong with those. Those are really, really good. I could eat that whole bag. I'm going to try not to, though, and I'm going to give that a big thumbs up. Those are really, really good. Okay, let's see. What else did I miss? Did I miss anything? I think the people of theme parks must know Janice on Slight Bite. Well, certainly Knott's. At Knott's, they know her. I'm 100% guaranteed that they know her by name at Knott's. They'll probably see her at the gate and go like, "Hi, Janice." All right. So our question was, what is the best-selling pretzel brand in the United States? I got to scroll up a little bit to find that. So that is, let's see, what were the guesses here? That was the last one. Loma Linda plant-based nut. Hold that thought, Tom. Let's see. And somebody's, okay. Dave Aiken said rolled gold. Julie said rolled gold. No, actually, do you remember me saying Snyder's? That the snack factory was acquired by Snyder's Lance in 2012? Snyder's of Hanover is the best-selling pretzel brand in the United States, generating approximately $629 million in sales, followed by Dot's Homestyle with $375 million. So I will tell you that one of my favorite pretzels to like buy in the grocery store and bring back to eat, and Julie, you'll know this, is that, now Janice guesses. Snyder's of Hanover. Yes, Janice, you're right. It's Snyder's of Hanover. Is the box, the cardboard box with the hard pretzels, with the big hard pretzels in there. Oh my God, those are my favorite. I can go, I shouldn't, but I do, and I could go through a whole box of those like in one sitting. So those are the ones I think we get when I come up, is we always get those Snyder's of Hanover, the ones in the box, the hard sourdough pretzels. I gotta stop that. All righty, so that's 4 snacks. That means it's time for our soft drink. So let's bring this up front and center. I thought this was really, really interesting. I didn't notice it was Arizona until I turned the can, because that's not what they present you with. Definitely eating Ross with those. Definitely. Claudia's home. She's in the kitchen. I'm surprised she did not hear me eating those. All right. A little housekeeping here. 1 second. There we go. So this is from Arizona Beverages, the iced tea people. And this is Arizona Cucumber Green Tea with Citrus. To me, that sounded really, really interesting. Really fascinating. Really interesting. Cucumber Green Tea with Citrus. So Arizona Beverages was founded in Phoenix, Arizona. No, it wasn't. It was filmed in Brooklyn. It was founded in Brooklyn, New York. Arizona Beverages was founded in 1992 by Don Voltaggio in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, Arizona Beverages. Let me say that again. Say it slowly. Arizona Beverages was founded in Brooklyn, New York. All right, whatever. All right, so because it was founded in Brooklyn, New York, let's ask a Brooklyn, New York question. Who claimed to have jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, then the East River Bridge, in 1886? Who claimed to have jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, then the East River Bridge, in 1886? And he is a person of legend, so his name is probably easily recognizable. Meanwhile, let's get this open. Pop top. I'm sorry. When I opened the beer, I did not introduce you back to Slim. So Slim, everybody. All right. And we do a glass here. We do have a glass. I should shake that up a little bit, maybe. I think it's not carbonated. All right, here we go. Ooh, that's a weird smell. It smells like an old sofa. Definitely has a green tea, iced tea flavor. I mean, that's the first thing you get hit with. Almost tastes like honey. Like, I wonder if they put honey in there rather than sugar. That's a kind of a honey taste. Let's see. Cucumber essence. High fructose corn syrup. I don't know. I guess not. Oh, no, it does have honey in it. Honey. Yeah. You definitely taste that. Get the cucumber. The cucumber comes in because, oh, no. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's like an aftertaste, but when it comes in strong. So I get the honey, I get the cucumber. I don't get the citrus though. I don't really get the citrus in there. It's kind of odd. I mean, it's okay. I like it. It's delicious. With the both the green tea, the honey, and the cucumber flavors together, delicious, absolutely delicious. But I'm like, where's the citrus? Have any of you guys tried this? Have any of you tried this one? This specific one? Anybody? No? That's really good. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Not an enthusiastic thumbs up, though. It would be an enthusiastic thumbs up if it tasted like, if I could taste the citrus in there, which I can't. So I'm going to say thumbs up because it's really good. I can't taste the citrus in there very much. So thumbs up, but not an enthusiastic thumbs up. All right. That is pretty good. Hang on a second. Yeah, that's good. Still has an old couch smell. I don't think this is going to work. The bitterness in the beer, when you're drinking it just as a beer, is nice. The bitterness on top of the sweetness and the coolness of that cucumber, the sweetness of the honey, just doesn't go. There's too much conflict going on in this glass. I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. It's not horrible. It's not great, and there's too much arguing going on in that glass. So I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. All right. Our question was, who claimed to have jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, then the East River Bridge in 1886? Yes, New York City. Ice Hand said Bruiser Brody. Julie says Spider-Man. Dave Aiken says Harry Houdini. Hello, Justin Reeves. Janice Yamanaka says Harry Houdini. And Miguel Rangel says Steve Brody. So Ice Hand is half right, and Miguel Rangel is completely right. It was, in fact, Steve Brody, who claims to have jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge in 1886. Became famous for it. So basically, there was a person that was going to give him the capital to open up his own bar, but it wasn't until he claimed to have jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge and lived, which the year before somebody else had tried it and did not live and was killed. And so once he claimed to have done that and lived, then he became famous, and then he secured the funding to open up his bar. And so he had a bar in Brooklyn that was really, really popular, and people would come in and, pat him on the back for jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge and living. He did a couple of more jumps, like he jumped into a waterfall, and there was another other place where he actually did jump. I don't know what the difference in height was. And the last one, he got messed up on it. Didn't kill him, but it messed him. I mean, obviously, it didn't kill him, but it did mess him up. And at the time, he said something like the equivalent of like, my bridge jumping days are through. So like he wasn't going to do it anymore because he got ill. But a lot of other people had done it, and a lot of other people got seriously hurt doing it or died doing it. So, but he claimed to be the first person to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge and live. And so whether he did, there's no authoritative source on whether he actually did or not. Nobody really knows whether he did or not. He claims to have, but no one really knows. But Steve Brody, everybody, please, a warm and hearty Brooklyn welcome for Steve Brody. All right, let's do another snack. Time-wise, we're doing good. Let's see, what side am I going? I'm going this side. Okay. Now we're going to start to get into the strong flavors. Oh, it's Jessica Stanton. Oh, lost of my 10-year-old cat. That sucks. Yeah, we had a dog for 13 years that died, and that was sad. So it's tough losing it's a family member at that point. So that's hard. I'm sorry to hear about that, Jessica. But I'm glad you can join us, and hopefully we'll make you feel a little bit better. That's not going to work, is it? It might. No, it's not. Not going to work. Let's try this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We're good. All right. So these are Picard's dill pickle chip nuts. And we'll talk about chip nuts in a second here. They're Picard's dill pickle chip nuts. So they're crispy potato covered peanuts. Now, they're called chip nuts because think of it as a nut wrapped in a potato chip. Now, obviously, they have to break down the potato. They can't just like take a slice of potato and wrap it around a peanut and expect it to work. So essentially, this is supposed to be like a potato chip wrapped around a peanut. And these are dill pickle flavored chip nuts, crispy potato covered peanuts. This is a product of Canada. Picard Peanuts was founded in 1979 by Jim Picard Sr. and Jim Picard Jr. in Simcoe, Ontario, Canada. So I can just imagine Jim Picard Jr. talking to his dad saying, "Dad, you know what? We should make potato chip covered peanuts." And I think Jim Picard said something like, "Make it so. Tea Earl Grey hot." All right, so we're talking about peanuts. Might as well stay on the subject of peanuts. What is Mr. Peanut's full name? What is it? You guys know Mr. Peanut's Planters Peanuts? Mr. Peanut with the monocle and the hat and the cane? But maybe he doesn't have a monocle. One of those things is the Mandela effect. I think it's the guy from Monopoly. The guy from Monopoly, everyone thinks he has a monocle and he doesn't have a monocle. But the Mr. Peanut does. Mr. Peanut has a monocle and a cane. He has spats on, and it has a hat. And he's a peanut. His name is Mr. Peanut. They call him Mr. Peanut, but he has a full name. What is Mr. Peanut's full name? All right, let's go ahead and try these. These are coated, so I don't really think we have to open them from the bottom. I mean, when I say coated, they're coated with a hard shell, which is the chip. It's really interesting. They almost look like the Japanese peanuts from Mexico. Yeah, you heard me. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. They don't, oh my God, there's the dill pickle. They don't have that crunch of like the Japanese peanuts. You know, the Japanese peanuts have that kind of hard shell. They don't have that hard shell. They literally wrapped a dill pickle flavored potato chip around a peanut. This is the oddest thing I've ever eaten. No, that's not true. That's not even close to true. In a while. The oddest thing I ate in a while. These are weird. Look at Janice. I'm just going to be listening. And there she is answering the trivia question. Wow. These are crazy. There's the dill pickle flavor. There's the flavor of the chips and the flavor of the peanut, all wrapped up into one neat, tidy little bite. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That's a big thumbs up. Those are crazy. Now, there's a certain sweetness to them that makes me not want to eat a whole bunch of them. But those flavors, they're there. The peanut flavor, the chip flavor, the dill pickle flavor, they're all there. That is crazy. Wow. Yeah, that's a big thumbs up. How's the doodle of darkness? Where is the doodle? No, not darkness, dogness, the prince of dogness. All right, so our question was, what is Mr. Peanut's full name? This would be interesting. Julie Couture says Bartholomew. Janice Yamanaka says Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smythe. Chloe said, stop objectifying the peanut. Okay. How's the doodle dogs? Where did you get those chip-coated peanuts? I think I got them at Cost Plus World Market. You got to try these, Janice. They're really good. Yeah, I think it was Cost Plus World Market. I got those. Well, technically, she said, "Whoa, slow down there." When you said it was, oh, I get it. Okay, it's not like it's a green M&M or anything like that. Wow, crazy, absolutely crazy. So everybody who said so Jules, you're correct in that was his first name. His first name is Bartholomew. Janice, you are correct in his full name is Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smythe is the name of the peanut. And again, one of those what's the word we use? Anamorphic. One of those anamorphic characters who has a big smile on his face just before he's ready to get eaten. You know, like pigs, and like the pig that slices himself into different slices, big grin on his face. And everything. I don't get it. It's okay though. That's fine. Wow, that is one crazy snack. That is one crazy snack. Doing anything big for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow? Not just working. How about you guys? Anybody do anything for St. Patrick's Day? I'm having my reddish beer today. No, I should have done a St. Patrick's episode. Tom and I had talked about it. There was a meme for a certain kind of pie, and we just didn't have enough time to throw it together before St. Patrick's Day. So I might put up one of the old St. Patrick's Day episodes where, you know, maybe my leprechaun whiz, which was made with I think it was Irish whiskey and clover and Lucky Charms, I think is what we used to make it. I was a pirate on Pie Day. I did see that, Jules, but what are you going to do on Talk Like a Pirate Day? When is Talk Like a Pirate Day? Does anyone know that? Tom, I know you have to know that. You know what all the days are. When is Talk Like a Pirate Day? All right, let's do another snack. Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smythe. I don't know if that's his accent. Probably has an American accent. All right, let's reach back into our Demula's grab bag where we get more for $1. I'm going to turn them around. I'm going to put that up there. Now, these are called Churrumais. Churrumais. That's what it says in big red letters. Churrumais. My guess is it is supposed to be a corn churro. The churro part and the maíz being the corn part, it's like a corn churro. This is chili and lime churro maíz. This is a product of Mexico, and this is from Sabritas. Now, if you've ever looked at Sabritas' logo, you know that looks familiar because it's like the Frito-Lay logo, because Sabritas is now owned by Frito-Lay, so it's a Frito-Lay product. And again, like Central and South American products, they tell you in big warning letters, and that's why it's shaped like a stop sign, in black letters like death. It says exceso calorías, excess calories, and exceso sodio, excess sodium. So, okay, good to know. So these are churro maíz. No son churritos, son churro maíz. Chidos, limoncito, aciditos y picositos. Imagen relativa al sabor. Imagen para fines ilustrativos. There we go. And it does say botana, which is snack. Botana frita de harina de maíz. So it's a snack fried with with corn flour. All right, we are going to try this. Now, it says nueva imagen, which is like new look. It's a new look. I don't know what the old look was. I don't remember seeing these before. So I don't know what the old look was, but apparently they've been out for a while. Churro rats. What is a churro rat? We are definitely going to open this one. So I'll be working in my, your Shamrock Sugar Skull shirt. You need to make a Shamrock Sugar Skull. Julie, you know how to make sugar skulls, right? You do a Shamrock Sugar Skull for St. Patrick's Day, and then pour like Irish whiskey on it, and then drink that. That's just an idea. All right, these are tinier than churros, but they sort of look like churros, right? Come on. Right? They kind of look like churros. They're crunchier than churros. Steve Russell in the room. Ooh, there's that smack of lime. Really strong smack of lime. I'm pretty sure that churros are made with wheat flour. So that's the big difference here. The other difference is these are crunchy. Churros are not really, well, they have like a crunchiness to them, but they're not, that's from that kind of crispiness from being fried, but not crunchy like these. These are like hard crunch. What, are you eating rocks? Yes, I am. Now, if I expect these to taste like churros, that's my own fault, because they tell me it's not. There's like a smoke flavor in here too. I don't think they add smoke. Let's see, corn. Oh, the ingredients are printed in a font I don't understand. Vegetable oil, seasoning, salt, iodized salt. It's an iodized salt. Maltodextrin, spice, flavoring, rice flour. Boy, going all kinds of directions there. Peppers, glucose, wheat flour. You got rice flour, wheat flour, and corn flour in here, and you're calling it corn flour? Make up your mind. Citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. Citric acid, FD&C yellow, blah, 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 made in Mexico. Where is my Proposition 65 warning? They do not have one. So apparently, I am not going to get cancer eating these. They're okay. They're a little bit dry, to be honest. They're a little bit dry. They don't remind me of a churro at all. But again, it's the churros in the name. It's my own fault for expecting them to taste like churro. They don't. Nice lime flavor. I think the fact that they're using wheat flour, corn flour, and rice flour makes it like nondescript, right? So you don't get enough of that corn taste, and you don't get that wheat taste. So it doesn't taste like a churro. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go thumbs in the middle on that one. You know, if you wanted to do something that tastes like churro, that tasted more like churro, that's great. You know, put churro in the name or something like that. Those are nothing like churro. They're just shaped like churros, and they're just a little bit confusing. They don't know what they want to be when they grow up. So I'm gonna give that a thumbs in the middle on that one. They're not bad. It's just it's an okay snack, but it doesn't taste anything like it looks. You do get the lime flavor, and there's a little bit of heat from the chili, but not enough to make a difference. Who else uses sour cream and onion cheese dip for meats and vegetables replace mayo? I don't, but it sounds like a great idea, Jessica. I can see totally where that would work. Yeah, that would definitely work. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody come in the room? I don't think so. All right, back to our trivia question, which I didn't ask. So let me ask it now, and then I'll just talk a little bit, and then you can answer it as I talk. So again, I mentioned that these chili y limon, Churrumais, as a product of Mexico, from Sabritas. Sabritas was founded in 1943 by Pedro Antonio Marcos Noriega as Golosinas y Productos Selectos in Mexico City. The company was purchased by PepsiCo in 1966. So here's our trivia question. Our trivia question was, where were churros first created? Again, where were churros first created? And that's going to be another one of those like, well, it's possible that it was here, and it's possible it was here, and it's possible it was ancient Egypt. But where are they generally regarded as having originated? Okay, let's move on. Let's see. Time-wise, we got a little more than 20 minutes. We got 25 minutes, and we have, I think, 2 snacks left. And goût mélange, of course. Let's go back to the grab bag. What's next here? Oh, that. Okay. This is like a mashup, I guess. Little housekeeping here. Housekeeping. All right, so this is the company, I guess the company is Popcornopolis. You've probably seen Popcornopolis like in all kinds of stores and everything. It's all over the place now. They do have their own stores, but they also sell, like, you go to any convenience store, they're going to have Popcornopolis stuff. It's usually the popcorn that's sold in those plastic bag cones. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like a giant ice cream cone made out of a plastic bag. That's Popcornopolis. And they're famous for their zebra popcorn, which I guess is like that white and dark chocolate striped popcorn. That's what they're kind of famous for. They're not as famous as Garrett's for popcorn, but they're a pretty popular popcorn company. So they were founded in 2003 by Wally and Kathy Arnold. They opened their first store at Universal City Walk in Universal City, California, at Universal Studios. And is that what Janice says she is? Janice, you could go to the Popcornopolis store while you're there. It was founded in 2003. The first store opened at Universal City Walk. But again, you can get these in grocery stores and stuff. I've seen these at Ralph's, which is our local Kroger store. I've seen Popcornopolis. And again, it's not in a bag like that. It's in a cone-shaped plastic bag. And so it is now, they were purchased by Barcel. And Barcel, you know, are the people that make hot nuts. They also make Takis. And that's why these, in particular, are Popcornopolis Takis Fuego. So it's popcorn that tastes like Takis Fuego, which is hot chili pepper and lime, artificially flavored. Why? Popcorn. All right. So we're gonna try this. Oh, trivia question. What makes popcorn pop? What makes popcorn pop? Oh, we might as well answer that trivia question first, right? So, where did churros originate? And Julie says España, and Janet says Spain, and they're actually saying the same thing. You wouldn't know it, but they are. They're saying the same thing. Yeah, close enough. The Iberian Peninsula, which predates Spain and Portugal as separate countries, but that's the Iberian Peninsula, and that's where they're from. That's where they're regarded as being from. You know, could be somewhere else. Smells like popcorn. Smells like caramel corn. Drop of water in it that expands winter. Oh, okay. You're guessing the question. It's like flaming hot red. It's kind of stale. You know, popcorn gets stale. It's kind of has that moisture in it. Wow. That's some serious artificial heat. Not to mention sour cream and onion cheese dip is definitely way better for you than mayo. My family finds it weird. Jessica, have you tried the new Funyuns, the new sour cream and onion flavored Funyuns? Have you tried those? Nice lime flavor, even if it's not, there's a lime. Ooh. That lime flavor gets mixed with the pepper, whatever they're using, the chili. I don't know. For me, like Takis Fuego, the reason that Takis taste like Takis Fuego tastes like Takis Fuego is because Takis are made from corn, right? They're like rolled corn tortillas, right? And so like taquitos, taquitos, that's the Takis, the whole Takis thing. Now, you're using popcorn, which is the same thing as corn, but at the same time, you're kind of missing that flavor that you get when you're eating a Takis Fuego. You're not getting that tortilla flavor per se. You're obviously getting that corn flavor, but it's different. And not horrible. It's just hard to relate that to Takis. Like I said, when you don't have that crunch and that kind of tortilla flavor. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, trending downward. I mean, they do have that kind of flavor of the Takis as far as the coating and stuff goes, but they really don't have the Takis flavor. So like they put the Takis name on there, they should have just gone with, I understand that they're doing a product tie-in where they should have just gone Fuego Popcornopolis and just left the Takis name on it, because there's nothing about it reminds you of Takis. So thumbs up, trending downward. They're not bad. They're like, it's one of those kind of heats that it's like you just can't see yourself eating a lot of it. It's not like it's really painful heat. It's just that it's just this kind of heat that just coats all around. It's that capsaicin heat with the lime on top of it and everything. You just can't do a lot of because you have that kind of acid. But they're not bad. So yeah, thumbs up, trending downward on that. I try to stay away from chips and stuff because they make me really sick afterwards. Yeah, and I don't know if Funyuns would. I don't know if there's the same thing in Funyuns that would do that or not. But you got to do what you got to do. I miss Pocky chips too much. I know. I wish I could find some place where they went there and they didn't sell them all and they're still there, like to find. And I guess Julie, you tried like Five Below, right? They didn't have it Five Below. I eat salami and bologna and carrots and chips for snacks. Together? Salami and bologna and carrots as chips. And carrots as chips? Oh, like the carrot slice like that? Yeah, that's good enough. That's fine. I guess you don't want to eat the whole slice of bologna. Maybe cut it into smaller pieces or something. I watched that bacon wrapped beef onion ring video of yours, and I want to try it. Yeah, that was Tom's idea, and he called it the burger ring, the fiery burger ring, because we put some spice in there. I think I used scorpion pepper cheese in it. So he called it the burger ring. It was the burger ring. So it was like a reverse onion ring. So it was an onion ring inside a burger. It was really good. So yeah, if you watch the episode, like some people say, like, well, can you give a recipe? Well, there's not really a recipe for it. You watch us doing it. The amount doesn't matter. It's just like, yeah, use the amount you see us using and everything. Nashies would probably disagree with me and probably say, no, you need to have a recipe. But you can kind of see what we're doing here. It's not going to say use 5 ounces of beef or something. Get the largest onion slice you can and use enough beef to cover that onion slice. That's pretty much it. And then slice the cheese to match the onion. But those were really good. That was a great idea. I don't know if that was Tom's idea per se or Tom saw it somewhere or something, but it was a great idea and it turned out really well. Those were really, really good. I mean, like if you had the time to make those and you were making them for a party and everything, I think they'd go over really big. Tried numerous places, they're gone. Yeah, I don't know. They are gone, I think. Yes, Tom's idea. You should have used that ghost pepper powder you gave me. That would have added a nice kick to the one you sent me to try to murder me with. I like that. I used that this morning. I made a spam fried egg and cheese sandwich, and when I was frying the spam, I put that ghost pepper on the spam. Get a nice kick. You have to use that sparingly, Jules. You use it very sparingly. A little goes a long way of that. All righty. The question was, what makes popcorn pop? I don't know if anybody answered it. Ice Hand answered it. And Hannah answered it. Drop of water in it that expands and turns to steam. Janet said the water in the kernel. It is, yes, that is it exactly. Water inside the kernel expands into steam when heated, rupturing the hull and puffing out the inside of the kernel. You're all correct. That's what makes popcorn pop. All right, I think we're down to our last snack. We are doing fine time-wise. We will have plenty of time to do goop mélange. Remember soup mélange? You guys remember that? Soup mélange. All right. So last and certainly not least, this is Casa de Cocoa chili lime pretzels. It is made by GKA Snacks in Eatontown, New Jersey, and I have no information on them whatsoever. A lot of these, if you hear me like say when the company was founded, where they're from, a little bit of history of the company, a little bit of history of the product, what they're trying to do, and everything. There's literally no information about this whatsoever out there anywhere. I mean, I'm sure if you look hard enough, you'll be able to find it, but nothing I could easily find on there about GKA Snacks in Eatontown, New Jersey. But they're chili lime pretzels. This is a product of the United States. There was one of these that actually had the Proposition 65 warning on it that were made in the United States. I can't remember which one it was. Let's see. I don't think it wasn't the Barcells, but one of these had the Proposition 65 warning on it. Was the corn? Yes, it was the corn soup, which was a product of Taiwan. The corn soup popcorn is the one that had the Proposition 65 one. I mean, we do some of these, especially like if I'm going to like 99 Ranch Market or something, where every single product has the Proposition 65 warning on it. You guys, there's some questions that you guys like, just especially because almost everybody who's in the chat right now are regulars, and you almost all know the kind of things that we cover on a regular basis, right? So if I was to ask any one of you, what is California Proposition 65, you'd probably be able to tell me. If I said, why do I open the packages from the bottom, you'll almost all be able to tell me. Made it back for goop. Yes, you did. We're still on our last snaps. We haven't even gotten to goop yet. So there we go. And it hurts very much when you get in your nose and eyeball. Yes, it does. And the problem is that there's like a fine dust in there, Jules. So when you sprinkle it out, you breathe in that fine dust. Game over, man. Game over. Matt was playing a video game on his live stream, and there was a guy who looked like you. He has some funny comments about it. I will email you the link and the timestamps. Okay. Yeah, maybe it was me. Where's Dude? I don't know. I have his snacks here waiting for him to go, and he has not come into the room. So he has better things to do, apparently. All right, there we go. Chocolate pretzel. And it's so funny. The name is Casa de Cocoa, so there's your chocolate right there. But it says chili lime pretzels, but it doesn't say chocolate covered. Well, it says dipped in milk chocolate and topped with chili lime. So I guess everything's in there. Sweet heat, just a little. Premium cocoa, purveyors of fine chocolates. Spice level, mild. All right, here we go. There's citric acid in here. Oh, lime juice powder, that's what it is. And citric acid. Oh, well, it does say chili lime. Lime juice powder, though. How do you get juice powder? Well, that's what Kool-Aid is, right? There's something odd tasting in there. Corn syrup solids. I guess that's what they're doing for sweetness. There's sugar in the chocolate. There's sugar in the chili seasoning. Who puts sugar in chili seasoning? There's something weird in there. I'm not sure what. Chili and chocolate go together really well. Chocolate and lime might go together really well. Chocolate and pretzels go together really well. I think they just added one too many ingredient there. So it's like you get the pretzel covered with chocolate, covered with chili lime. Something in there is just making it too much. And it's really hard to tell what it is because you get that sweetness from the chocolate, saltiness from the pretzel, the spice from the chili, and then the sour from the, yeah, that's what it is. They're trying to put too many of the senses in there at one time. They should have put monosodium glutamate in there so then we have umami too. Or a mushroom. I don't know. I think it's just one too many things. They should have like backed off on one thing. Either the chili, maybe the lime. Maybe just the lime. Should have backed off on lime maybe. And dishes of chocolate covered pretzels with chili, I think. It tastes like there's too much going on there. It's not unpleasant, it's not bad. It just tastes like there's too much going on there. That's gonna get a thumbs up trending downward. There's too much going on there. Leave one thing out. I don't know, pick something. Leave one thing out. You know, pretzels, lime, and chili, that would go good. Chocolate, you know, whatever. I'll leave it up to you. I'll leave it up to you, Casa de Cocoa, who seems to not be able to be found anywhere. All right, let's go back to the trivia question that I didn't ask, which is, where is the world's largest chocolate museum? So I'll let you ruminate on that for a few minutes. Where is the world's largest chocolate museum? I'm going to have some more of my morning coffee late in the afternoon. I heard my name and something about bacon wrapped onion rings and had to help my dad with something. No, actually, Nashies, it was Tom, old guy in Colorado. He and I did a collaboration where we made something that Tom calls, I think he called it the fiery burger ring. And basically what it was like a reverse onion ring. So we cut a large slice of onion. We cut cheese to go on the inside of the onion, and then we wrap that with ground beef. So the burger itself is a ring, and inside that ring is the onion and cheese inside there and everything. And it sounds really weird, but it worked wonderfully. It was like really, really good. So we have an episode. Let's see if I can find it. Bear with me one second. I'll find that for you. I think I'll find that for you. Sure, I will. Let's see, content, and that was Fiery Burger Ring, I think is what we called it. Yeah, Tom and I have done a lot of interesting collaborations together, and so that was one of it. Tom Raymond's Fiery Burger Ring. So here is the link there. And so Nashies, check that out. You could make that. You could make that really well. I've seen you cook. Chili and chocolate have been together forever. Salty and sweet are great. Got to get the tart out of there. Yeah, I think that's it, Jules. I think they just went one sensory thing too much. Just one sensory thing too much. They're not bad. They're not terrible, but just one sensory thing too much, I think. Fang knocked my glasses off and now lying on so I can't see what I'm typing. Sorry. That is funny. All right. So let me close that. So the question was, where is the world's largest chocolate museum? Icehand says Belgium. Jules said Lindt in Switzerland or Sweden. Janice Yamanak said Lindy, home of chocolate in Kilchberg, Switzerland. It is the Lindt, home of chocolate in Zurich, Switzerland. It is the largest chocolate museum in the world. It was opened in 2020. So you're all kind of close and right. The Lindt Home of Chocolate Museum in Zurich, Switzerland, which opened in 2020. Largest chocolate museum in the world. All right. So let us do this. Let me have another sip of my morning coffee. Fun fact, their chocolate is made with bits of real belly button Lindt, and not a lot of people know that. They don't know that. No, nobody knows that, as a matter of fact, Jules. Not even them. They don't even know that. All right. It is time, once again, on Trippy Food, on our live stream, when we do Goop Melange. All right, let's do Goop Melange, everybody. All right, let's start with our corn soup popcorn. We have a few popcorns, don't we? All right, let's do our Popcornopolis Takis Fuego popcorn. Let's do our Pop Ums light and, I don't know what that was. Pop Ums light and crispy pretzel snacks, or little pop pretzels. I'm gonna need a big spoon. Let's do our dill pickled chip nuts. Look at this. Everything's the same size. What else do we have? We have, the Casa de Cocoa chili lime pretzels. Put a few of these in there. I think I got these at Ross. Ross Dress for Less. I don't remember where I got everything. Those chip nuts, though, those are bizarre in a delightful way. All right, that's you. And what am I missing? I am missing our pretend churros. Fun night to try. Oh, okay, we got that. I find those heavily flavored popcorns are always stale tasting. I think it's just the way they coat the kernels. Maybe. Where did you get the corn soup popcorn? I got that at Cost Plus World Market. Where I think I got the chip nuts there as well. My hands are covered in goop melange. So I am going to do a finger bowl, which is not a bowl made of fingers, contrary to popular belief. I'm glad I thought of that. Hang on one second. I'm going to mute this. There we go. No, I was not vomiting. I was blowing my nose. All right. I think that's good enough. I don't think I'm missing everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I'm missing. Where are they? Where are you hiding, Mr. This thing. Where's my scissors? I'm going to cut this. This thing. This licorice, soy licorice. I mean, really, what's up with that? And our Droste orange crunch chocolate, orange crisp chocolate, orange crisp chocolate. It doesn't want to break very well. That's because there's a lot of chocolate there. I have a feeling, because I think we're pretty much, really, we really got snacky stuff here. So they want like sardines or pickles or anything else like that here. So I have a feeling that everything here is gonna mix pretty well. I can't think of anything that I'm putting in this bowl that really does not mix. All right, let me get my spoon. No, I got the soy jerky, Jules. I was forgetting it, you're right. But we got it. Well, this is odd looking. But again, I have a feeling it's going to taste just fine. Yeah, lime. Yeah, strong lime. And there's something like crunchy that tastes like flour. I think it might be that pretzel bit. There's the dill pickle. Little bits come in and out. Not really getting the soy licorice so much. That stuff is just evil. There's a saltiness there, a nice sweetness. There's the chocolate. Now, here's the weird thing. When mixed in with all this other stuff, the orange flavor from here actually comes in. I'm actually getting that orange flavor. Well, it's not a bad group melange. It's actually pretty good. Nothing offends there. Nothing tastes like it doesn't belong in there and everything. The that soy licorice, for lack of a better term, is muted in here. It's not crazy. It's actually decent. I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle, trending upward. Thumbs in the middle because like who would put this stuff together? But trending upward because it's actually pretty good. So I'm gonna say thumbs in the middle, trending upward. Very seldom are you gonna see a goût mélange is gonna get a full thumbs up. But thumbs in the middle, trending upward. It's one of the better goût mélanges. So once again, we are saying goodbye to another Trippy Food live stream, a live grab bag live stream. Maybe I'll work on doing a vegan one for next week. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Next week, no live stream, only because I'm going to be so busy next week. I got a lot of stuff to do. Doing some We Go main show stuff with Matt. So we're going to be out and about filming, and a bunch of stuff to do on Saturday as well. So no live stream next week. We'll be back the following week, and maybe we'll do a vegan one that following week or something. And again, like I said at the beginning, I want to start changing it up a little bit. So one, so I don't end up with so many snacks that I end up having to throw these in the trash, which are decent snacks. And the other, Uncle Val's going to be like large Uncle Val if I keep doing that. And I need to change it up, and I want to get more of the travel aspect of Trippy Food into the live stream. So I've got some work to do. I've got to figure that out. If any of you guys have suggestions, please let me know. Please, we have the suggestion box, as you well know. So just leave your suggestion in the suggestion box. So you have some suggestions for some interesting live streams. Trying to change it up a little bit this year. You noticed we've done a little bit more. We did the 7-Eleven one. We've done some different stuff. So again, I appreciate your support. Again, I will remind you that we are 49 subscribers away from 6,000, and once we do 6,000, it'll be "These are a few of my least favorite things." And so that's going to be a lot of fun. So 49 subscribers to go. It's right around the corner. I can just see it's right around the corner. But I do thank each and every one of you for your support. I thank each and every one of you for joining the live stream. I love talking to you guys. You're the best community that a channel could ask for. I mean, honestly, I honestly mean that the camaraderie between you guys and the interaction between you guys and me and everything, off the charts. It's just really, I couldn't ask for a greater group of people to have in my live stream chat, and I mean that sincerely. So I thank you all. Also, check out the other channels, so the channels we support, Nashies, Old Guy in Colorado, Janice Yamanaka. Check out the channels. If you don't know who they are, go to our main page in YouTube, scroll down, go to featured channels. They're all on there. There's some other channels in there that we just think you'll enjoy, like LA Beast and even Main Event Pong. Main Event Pong doesn't put anything out anymore. He's kind of walked away from it, but the episodes are still out there, and they're great episodes, and you should check them out. If you do check these out and you do like them, and I think you will, subscribe to them. If you care to subscribe to them, do so. It helps their channel out, and be sure you like the videos and you leave comments on the videos and everything, because that helps them out as well. And same here. If you've enjoyed Trippy Food, but you haven't subscribed yet, just take the time out to do that. That'd be great. We really appreciate it. Also thinking about doing some other stuff, like I'm thinking of doing a what do they call it? Like a membership group. So that you join the membership group, and then I think what we're going to do for the membership group is we're going to do live reviews. So I'm going to actually film reviews, and you guys will be able to watch me film those reviews live, and we'll be able to interact and talk about those live reviews before the live reviews get published, get edited, and put up. So I think we're going to do that. I was reluctant to do memberships, being that we only had a certain amount of subscribers. But I think I'll start doing that once we get to 6,000 subscribers. I think that should be enough, and some of you guys might want that. I also want to know what of the things since past. I want to know what of the things since past and what can be done with them. What of the things since past and what can be done with them? I'm not sure I get what you're asking there, Steve. Can you be a little more specific? I just want to say thanks for the streams and overall doneness of everything. Well, thank you, Steve. And thank you for your support. Always fun time here. Thanks for hosting, Val. Hope everyone had a wonderful week, and happy St. Patrick's Day to those who celebrate. You too, Nashi. Janice, you have a wonderful weekend as well. Steve, if we don't have time today, and it doesn't look like we are, hit me up on that question offline, and then I'll address that and try to figure out what we can do. Thank you, Dave Aitken. Thank you, everybody. So once again, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you're in a time zone where you have the rest of your Sunday left. If not, enjoy. Have a great week, and we will see you in 2 weeks. We'll not see you next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And I thank you all again for your support. Just remember that it is, sounds good. Sorry for the warning. Said it. Sorry for the warning. Said it. I'm still not getting it. But we'll talk. We'll talk. No, I'm not giving you a warning. I'm just saying I don't completely get what you're saying, and I don't know if we have enough time to do that right now. So let's take that offline and we'll figure it out. So I thank you all once again. Just remember that it's crazy out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a great week.